Okay, we got a... Never a good sign. Come on, Charlie, go. Please. Can you... It's a magnum we're talking about. Why are you randomly braking, you ass hat? I have no idea what's going on with the driver. What's our next turn? Oh, yeah, we're about to... Great, the Magnum's getting in front of me again. The next interchange. Bro, why are you so fucking slow on the response? Oh god, that car is gonna... Bro. See? Not my fault. Failure to yield. Like, how hard is it to see all these strobes and all this stuff in your rear view, buddy? Alright, it's AI, who cares? Yeah. I don't know why I did that. the majority of the game. Why is this so boring? Because it's literally just imitating a job. Wow. Magically, there's going to be a bunch of spawning traffic that I can't anticipate or respond to, because it always does this in scales. I don't know what it is, why. For once, it doesn't seem like it's too frickin' broken. It's in that Leno yard. I don't know if that has open access though. It's on the other side of the Union Pacific Road. Ah, why? I'm not hitting anything. I barely brushed the damn thing, and here we are. check that for a second. I don't think I have a setting for that. No, it's up under get trying. Why are you in the left lane? It always perplexes me because in reality, if you're out here on I-40 or I-10, if there's a truck in the left lane, he's doing 70 or 80 miles an hour, not barely keeping pace with me. But and I'm restricted to the contract load, so I don't know what's going on there. Hey, what's up? remember where I'm at exactly. Oh, we're between Kingman and Flagstaff. I completely spaced out to be past Kingman. Then again, it's not really all that big. You got the Petro to the east of it. You've got the TA off of what's it, 93. You have the township itself to the south. Oh, you have the Loves. The Loves was right on the eastern part of town. The Petro was out like 5 miles away. Yeah. Ultra Despair and Borderline are mostly really high noise. I know that's peaking my feed too. I can't believe those, like, I don't know if it's tricentennial or what. Those signs are still out there, and they are nicked and scuffed as all hell. Like, they've been out there since the 2000s, the early 2000s. so we're pretty close. It goes from being like mellow and weird and industrial to just straight up rave music. So I like about new stuff. Watching me is probably the most boring thing you will ever see because I don't mess up. I watch so many people play this game and just go flying off the road, driving too fast, doing crazy stuff. And because I've done this for the past 5 years as a job, it's like, I don't find it fun to go rolling my unit over. Especially when you put almost 100 hours into the game and you don't want to, you know, mess up your record. This isn't exactly the most interesting game either, so... How's it going? Yeah, we're coming up on that turn. Tricky because that whole Marty dreading. You know what? I'm thinking about making the left with the interchange instead of the right, because at the right there's the railroad crossing with this very oblique cutoff with these little signs in the middle. It makes it hard to get a good cut in. And this is an exhaustively long trailer to get around that corner. I'm gonna get red lit by that scale, so always do. Oh, this is the port of entry. At least I think this is, yeah, this is the port of entry. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Yeah. Huh? I think so. Truck, I need you to actually move for. Thank you. I am putting like Lord input in, and you're going, huh? And because you didn't pull out when we needed to across the intersection, I just had someone hit me at road speed because you're not actually responding to inputs. And cool. I know my driving ability, and when you kind of give me the middle finger like that, then cooperate. Luckily, it was just tractor damage. Yeah, this side doesn't. I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching my brakes. I'm not doing any of those inputs. I'm just like standing there going, There's not the input I'm putting on this controller. I like how these cars just come out of the woodwork. Now, what I'm trying to do is check the brake. Oh yeah. This son of a bitch is gonna put me right there. I can already see it. At least there's a pull around. Maybe we can make something of that. I don't know. There's general freight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be right there behind those little Jersey walls. Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh no, I'm going to go get it. I'm just not stupid enough to come over here with it and then get myself stuck. I don't know if I'll have enough swing here. Probably won't. I'll wait for that car to pass. Come on. We already know that this is going to be a very, very tight turn, so I am going to drag the left side as hard as I can. I'll look at that in a second. Is that that's here? Like trying to look at the overhead. some water. Just be me. My trailer is ready. Proceed to loading. Huh? Was that external market? Scraper. Let me check the map really quick. Let me see my overhead. Yes. I don't know. That looked like it was a low. I'm not exchanging. What's going on? Let me see what's going on with that. It's acting as if my trailer isn't here. What happened to my trailer? What did you do with my trailer? Oh god. It despawned it. Well, that's nice. Thanks. I guess I can bother checking here for now. There go those brakes again. That's a lot of mileage and a lot of curbs for that. You know what? I'm gonna respawn. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'll move back to the garage, because one, I want my trailer back. Two, the loads are kind of slim here. Up that trailer again. I have no idea why I was doing that. Yeah. I wonder if there's better stuff for reefer. It's 42K. Going to Idaho. I have a sneaky suspicion. That I can really do. I guess I could do general freight stuff. Just want to check. Oh, you want it to be on a service gate. Here we go. My big triple axle is completely useless. Oh, I need to turn my I know I could easily hotkey this in, but why is that not nabbed right now? Like the nav is dead. Okay, it's over at UPS. It's behind me, so I can make a left turn. I just made it extra confusing for no reason. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. The nav was broken for some reason. Yeah, these axles are making this front end just fight for every inch. Nope. Next intersection. Right here. Center. That's fine. Don't interrupt your lumper while he's making a mistake. Actually need to change the broadcast for that because I was having issues with it. Let me check that. Yeah, I can't flip the label on the I can't change the label on the stream midstream. I just realized that a little too late. Like that, I'm having, again, it's the axles. I guess I could do contract stuff when I get out there. It was my mistake. I kind of often made my gooseneck just disappear into thin air in the middle of. What are our turns here? Taking 40 probably to Kingman. No, we're going straight down 40 into Barstow. 58 to I-5. I-5 to 101. 101's fun when it's all the way down on the north side of Los Angeles, but in here it doesn't even really feature that part because it's a residential street. Don't ask me how I know. Well, not residential street, but a residential like a residential area. I still feel like a lemming for dropping my for just. It read as if I had done a marketplace job, and it did so I misread it and abandoned it thinking that, and then my trailer disappeared with it. This is gonna be real fun. Hopefully this flatbed takes off so I don't hog this left lane. Gotta love how the developers make the governor speed prime ink and Swift levels of slow. Oh, it's fair, and no, it's not. When universally countrywide scale, interstates are 70 miles per hour, rural highways are 55. Governing contracts at 65 miles per hour is really dumb. Because that has nothing to do with fairness. There's not much drivability difference between 65 and 70. Now in real trucks that'd be a different conversation, because that bridge between 67 and 68 miles an hour and 70 can be a massive efficiency hit on some engines. In Kenworth, I want to back out of this, but I have this very sinking suspicion that if I get behind you, you're going to slow down again. I'm still habitually over the shoulder. This is the oversized loads. At least there's actually some more scenic driving and more complicated situations than out here. This is probably the most boring zone of the game, is to see any player in this sim playing on I-40, because it's a straight frickin' line. Pretty much from West Memphis, Arkansas onward. It does that little cut on the outside of town, but I mean, it does that. It does shunting and some other stuff in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but I-40 is one of the most straight interstates I've dealt with, as far as like on a national level. Because 90 does that whole, it dips down around the Great Lakes and kind of moves around large like terrain features. I-40 just keeps going. Just love the build at the start of this song. And then Phil's opening lines, it's just this nice rapid fire, open cadence, kind of almost rap, but it's not quite. I can't tell if the bass is like it's the Kenworth. It's a different Kenworth this time, but I don't know if he's gonna let me get around him. Gravity may make him, but Yeah, if you know, you know. I've driven in Cali for several years. I don't obey the speed limit. I'm not gonna say why, but if you know and you understand law enforcement and you understand many areas in the United States, there are people that will try to be a goody two-shoes and drive in a fearful manner when there's no law enforcement around, and there never is. I don't like doing dangerous stuff, but I want to be efficient, and working in New York City and in Massachusetts, like Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, if I can make up time, I will make up time. Am I going to drive recklessly? Am I going to tailgate people? Am I going to be aggressive? No, I'm not. But that 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, where are they going to enforce it? They're going to enforce it in Needles, Barstow, the actual Los Angeles, LA metro area, Wasco, Sacramento, like within the confines of the city. The saddest part about having to listen to experienced truck drivers is hearing them talk about the police and how much they hate them. And I'm like, are you serious? And most of my northeastern work, in a given week, going up and down from Brooklyn, coming back down to Southern Virginia, and going back up, I could maybe one day out of a 5-day work week did I see a state patrolman in my home state, and same thing with Pennsylvania. New Jersey, you see them in the same spots, but they're passive. They're not out on the roadway. They're by the actual dispatch offices. They're in Edison. So it's, oh, there are cops everywhere. I'm like, no, there aren't. Becomes way more obvious when you realize that they're locally based. Their township is usually where they're dispatched out of. I mean, where I worked before, I knew a lot of the officers in our local area by name. I even knew their license plate numbers on their patrol cars for the state patrol, not the sheriff. And people be like, "Oh, police be everywhere. You're getting enforced." I'm like, I have no speeding tickets from actually speeding in a commercial truck. I don't have any accidents on the highway. I have every bit of enforcement I've ever experienced in my driving career was bureaucratic problems, like updating a medical card up to the DMV, and even send it in, faxed it in, still didn't get updated, got my license taken out of service because something that had nothing to do with me. Or situations where police officers didn't actually see what was going on. Like, they'll see me swerve to avoid getting in an accident, but they won't see, the source of the problem. So, I don't know. But then again, I've dealt with so many state patrolmen, especially in Jersey, and they're not rude, they're not disrespectful. They tend to be, I've just noticed this personally, that it feels like state patrol in general is a little bit more relaxed with truck drivers. Just their demeanor and the way they talk seems to be more relaxed around us, where they get kind of stressed out with road calls. Because I know, for the most part, unless we feel like we've been outed for something we didn't do and they're just being kind of incriminatory, they just usually warn us and send us on about our way. I've gotten a few tickets that I didn't want to contest, but that's just... I don't see the point in trying to argue with an officer in certain situations. I explained to him what was going on. If he doesn't listen to me, I'm not going to take him to task about it, but I probably could have. Because there are many tickets that I didn't rightfully deserve that I took because I had more personal things going on that I put priority over going to court, especially since that court was in New Jersey and I live in Southern Virginia. So, but there's also very hard to understand. Part of it is some companies go based off of safe driving points on your record. Others go by your moving violations. Others go by actual driving history. And you will never know which one a potential employer is using if you're in a driving profession. Though I've started to notice most of the regular motor vehicle and non-commercial work, they go by your point system. And I never realized how much that point system could affect hiring until I got turned down by dozens of companies with a relatively okay standing on my license and endorsements, and I was like, holy crap. Like, there was... I never realized that it could handicap you that much. I would use flyover cameras, but it's disorienting to steer with, even with tiny corners. Like, I can do the flyover because I still have an idea of this, but the flyby where it centers and throws out like 100 feet in front of the truck and then cycles past, it gets really disorienting after a couple of times. Yeah, these sections, like from Needles and Barstow, if you're coming in on 10 or 40 into Cali, are some of the quietest, like law enforcement wise. And if you're down like really far south on 10, you're in like in Baja, you ain't seeing anything. You'll see Border Patrol, but you're not going to see State Patrol and law enforcement. It always comes back down to that rule. If there's not a township within 2 or 3 miles of the interstate intersection, you're not going to see patrolmen out there. And pretty much for me, it didn't matter whether I was in Texas, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Idaho. Almost all state patrol were more or less based out of the townships that were closest to the interstate, and that was it. So, I really need to stop talking about technical stuff. This is probably dry as hell. I still want to go back. I want to visit Anaconda just because of that stack out there. And the crazy fact that everything around where that... Was it lead or mercury? I think it might have been mercury. They were producing and refining something there that made the area so poisonous and toxic. Well, yeah, just toxic in general. The ground, the topsoil was contaminated. A lot of the vegetation, groundwater around that in Anaconda is really bad. I'm trying to remember where that is. I always have to go on Google Maps for it because it was something I always passed in the night. Like I always passed it at 7 or 8 p.m. and forgot it was there. I probably should get it over. I don't know if this... Yeah. Taurus, please. Like... Wow. Thanks, dude. Knock my rolling, my momentum down to like 15 miles an hour. Yep. And the steerage just gave up. No damage, but still. Yeah, these interchanges. I don't know how you could perfect AI to respond to this stuff better. Because I know how we do this, and unfortunately, as I've angrily said many times in the game, the on-ramps and other things are too short. You can't run up like you can in real life. Like, I can floor it in my normal powered units and be up at least highway speed by interchanges like that by the end of the on-ramp. Here, there's no time. And most of these places, including I think that very turn, have been cut down to a single lane before it even gets to the actual turnabout, because I've been seeing it a lot of places now, Ohio too, a lot of places that had those double inset and then left-hand merge like on-ramps like that. I've completely deleted them to limit the amount of accidents they were having, because for some reason they did road construction, widened out the turn, did that, a bunch of accidents happened, and then they removed it and, like, you know, put lane lines in there. And I don't know why they did it in the first place. I think a place off the top of my head that reminds me of that is right there on the west side of Columbus, Ohio. There's a big interchange there. There's also that one in Dayton that has double lane on off ramps. I really shouldn't have swung out like that. That was dangerous. Whoa, we just dropped road speed and I didn't even realize it. Are we losing the right lane? Oh yeah, we are. It says absent-mindedly immediately as it happens. I feel bad because I'm most comfortable in this in-cab view, and is the most limited, least cinematic view of all of them. It's even worse because I don't have head tracking, so normally I would actually check my own mirrors, but yeah, to be honest, the music is very realistic to what I did, because I would not be able to do this job without something kind of giving a mood or something, because driving is very monotonous. And audiobooks are good, but sometimes it's hard to really concentrate on them. I mostly listened to a lot of academic audiobooks while I was driving. And I'm definitely not doing this while I'm playing a game. Sure, that would drive someone absolutely nuts. Of course, the music would be way louder. I think we're gonna lose the right lane again. Hey, it's the first time I had to do that in like 2 hours. Legit. I also apologize for the only light that I have that is decent isn't incandescent, so I have this constant screen flicker going on the webcam because of that light. So I apologize for that. I'm really considering possibly modding my own company name in and trailer. I think it'd be a fun idea, but I haven't looked into the modding tools for this game yet. I don't know, I think that would be half the fun of it, is having a little bit more granular control. Hey, tumbleweeds. I actually haven't, like, every time I've been out in areas where they're around, they were never mobile. But you see the fences and the diverters for them, like, I remember them being around, like, Walker Lake in Nevada. I really like Walker Lake, and I hate how agricultural runoff and algae plumes have pretty much killed it. It's one of those places that you only find out west. It's a huge, I think it's army, and just overall military. It's an ammo dump on the south side of the lake. You kind of drive through it. It looks very strange from the satellites because it's just hundreds of bunkers that are like buried down in the sand and dirt out there near the lake. And then the lake itself is just really picturesque. It's got this huge mountain, I think it's to the northwest, this huge range that's following along it. So when it was at its best and it was looking really pretty up there, it was a really gorgeous place. There's also this really wonderful candy store in Beatty, Nevada. Is that north of Las Vegas? I think it is just north of Las Vegas. That has so much stuff. It's like I would take something from like North Carolina or Tennessee and get orders for my family to pick up stuff from this place in Nevada, and by the end of the week I was back home and coming in with these huge bags of gummies and chocolate that I couldn't find it anywhere else. Not in that bulk size like that. I think I actually do want to stop off here. I haven't checked out this township yet. I'm gonna ignore you, Crown Vic. There's somebody making a left turn. Okay. Ooh, this is a small roadway. Why do they do this to me? I just wanted to check something on the trailer. Yeah, it doesn't have really any alternatives right now. I think I'm gonna flip that. Yeah. It just doesn't look right without it. The front end's all orange again with the original set. That probably looks ugly to some people. It just was bugging me as I was driving that I had my old paint scheme on here. I'm gonna have to do the customary crap of pulling through the parking lot again because I can't turn hard enough to get out. Wait, can I go between that Escalade and the sign? I will. I don't have that much pride. A little box truck's gonna make... yeah, I can hold off. There we go. What do you... Why did you immediately stop after going through the intersection? I am so confused. I think the only downsides to this game is better optimization for load-in distance, draw distance, and I guess better forms of anti-aliasing. Like I have stuff that I could use pre-shade for, but then it doesn't render on the stream. So are we gonna lose? Yeah, I think we're gonna lose the right lane again. Yep, it's right there. I'm not even gonna wait. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I'm trying to like watch with my phone and watch chat at the same time. This is really my first time using OBS and streaming on YouTube, so but I've been having constant problems with Twitch doing some very odd things in studio, so I didn't really have a choice. What's up, Dylan? RT Gaming. Again, I feel bad because if this is boring as hell, it's because I'm not screwing up anything. What's our map looking like? Oh, we haven't gotten to I-5 yet. I was wondering where I was going. Yeah, we're gonna be on I-5 all the way up to Sacramento. Alright. I'm so used to being on I-5, how quiet it is during the day. It's also where I was doing all the frickin' leapfrogging. Cali's one of those places that is going to make your safety administrator at your companies, it's gonna make their blood boil, but so does New York City. Like New York City, the kind of aggression I have to show towards the driving public just to get into traffic on a weekday, like especially from Flushing Avenue, it's like, floor it. You make the turn from Williamsburg onto 287 and just floor it into traffic. Like sometimes I would give them the time of day and let me in until like Atlantic or Cadman Plaza, but usually I didn't. Like I had to roll off of Flushing Avenue and drive straight into an interstate full of active moving traffic because that's how much, like, I don't know how you describe it, rebelliousness or stubbornness New York drivers have. And I legit, like, I never got in an accident in New York City. I feel like if I had been timid and hadn't actually pushed myself, there might have been accidents. I think the other thing that was really rage-inducing about New York City wasn't actually the driving there itself or the accidents. It's having Metropolitan Police in Brooklyn tell me to hit a vehicle because they're parked illegally, and then this individual would legit call my company, file a claim, and my company would pay the claim. When the Metropolitan Police said, don't pay the claim. We're trying to send a message, we're trying to communicate, hey, you can't just park anywhere around these commercial facilities in the New York Metro. And then my frickin' company pays the claim. And they did this multiple times, and they held it as an accident for me. I'm like, no. They're like, why didn't you report it? I'm like, I was told not to by law enforcement, because that's how they handle things up here. And so they basically undermine what you're doing to really... You shouldn't be paying people for getting hit by trucks in New York City, especially if they're parked on a corner or on a crosswalk. Commercial vehicles either, they don't care. The Metro PD does not care in New York City in that regard. At least from what I've known from some of the beat cops. But it was a cool place to work. People really romanticize New York City way too much. It's very run down. It's very dirty. When it rains, the pollution gets worse because there's a bunch of road film and exhaust soot that's like rested down into the asphalt and into the road surfaces and sidewalks. And every time it rains there, you can feel it in your lungs. Like, you know how you normally get, you know, the dampness and kind of that smell of rain? Well, it smells like curdled milk and can turn the inside of your nose black depending on where you are. So appreciate you hanging out with me. I know this is not exactly the most fun and interesting thing to watch. Some people like it, so I'm not gonna hold it against you. I like playing it, but of course. I think I'll do one more load after this and then I'll get off. Yeah, it's another weird quirk of a lot of these scales don't exist anymore. It's part of the game, but there's a lot of, well, one, this doesn't even look like the California scales. Because a lot of these, even up on I-5 and places like this, they have a separate awning for DOT inspections. Then they have the scale and the pull-off and the bypass lane. So you've got an awning off to the right of me that has a bunch of parking slots in it, and then further down on the right would be normal parking. I'm nitpicking, I know. I don't know if it's a quirk or what, but I've had so many instances of getting back on the interstate from the scale houses, and the game seems to spawn a tremendous amount of traffic that wasn't present before I went into that scale. We must be on an uphill. I'll probably need to get over. Yeah, that flatbed's heavier than I am. I need to double check. I don't think... We don't have a turn coming up. No, we don't have a turn coming up until the destination, so... just... definitely don't drive like this in reality. Most of the time, if I'm out of cruise control, it's my retarder is set to stage 3 or full brake power, and I just use the retarder to mitigate speed instead of using my brakes. But then again, it's a good habit to have if you're on an automatic transmission on any commercial semi. It's always good to lead with your retarder and then add in your air brakes. Whereas if you are, at least if you're learning, if you're on a standard and you're learning, you will want to have your jake or your retarder a little bit lower, because it can grab hard and you'll get in a lot of situations off the start where you'll end up stalling yourself by accident because of the retarder, because it'll bring down the speed or the engine speed way faster than you're expecting. So it's definitely, once you're experienced, it's okay, but using like full stage 3 or I don't know what you would call it with jakes, because when you have different stages and then you have absolute maxed out like open. Why do these guys keep getting in the left lane? I know I'm governing myself at 65, but oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, I think I'll do something short after this. I don't know if that's supposed to simulate a drug bust or what. Because, I mean, yeah, I'm used to seeing multiple zone units, but a helicopter means somebody, like, one, they knew where they were looking for. They probably have a warrant out, and they know the person's gonna run if detained. That's the only time I've ever seen. Buddy, can you get your dry van out of this lane, because you're literally capping my uphill speed because you won't yield the lane. I hate this in real life just as much as I hate it in game. Being boxed in by 2 slow trucks and one that won't yield. You're not willing to speed, don't sit and hold the lane. Oh, and this trailer's glitching. Why do you keep getting in the left lane? My God. I'm just trafficking now. Oh, and now they'll probably start getting, you know... Why do you keep taking over the hammer lane if you're doing 55? I get that it's an AI tweak, but it's still obnoxious. Oh, it went straight to Lorna Shore. If I wanted Lorna Shore, I would put an Immortal, because right now, I like besides To the Hellfire, everything else sounds kind of weak. I don't get why either. They had a really nice, like, To the Hellfire was like a really nice, well-built, full-bodied track, and then everything else felt kind of gutless, like they really matched uh, Will's like tonality and everything really awesomely, and then the rest of the stuff from the EP was I'm about this album is gonna show my age if you know what this is. I miss Vortex and Nicholas Barker with this band. I don't remember these Jersey Walls being on on 580. Dude, whoa. Pick a lane, any lane. Good grief. Are you gonna do it? There we go. They need to do something about these. I don't know, they have breakaways for, you know, stop signs and other things, right? Thanks. Thanks, Traffic AI. I don't even know what to do with that, like. This game does things with my throttle that I don't like. In normal tow booths, you're usually all the way over to the right, but I forgot that there was tolls on this section of 580 in the game, so I wasn't ready for it. I don't know what SES is going to do, because there's going to come a point roughly around, like, central Illinois and Arkansas, where modeling inner cities is going to become way too hard because of the overall density and size and the amount of attention to detail that you would have to put into it that you can get away with out here. That triggered snare just sounds so great. Who was it? It wasn't Mustis, it was definitely Shagrat that was complaining about the kicks and the snare that he was using on these triggered sets, but and other people like, but it's triggered. I'm like, but it's Nicholas Parker. What's your fucking point? I keep getting the stanzas wrong. I think that I'm hearing the bridge in my head at the end of the song. I have no idea where my next turn is. I probably should not be getting so ahead of myself. We have a turn coming up. No, we got some windy stuff coming up. That's Yukia, but that's really it. Couple of very big hairpins. This is gonna break down to one lane, isn't it? Can't remember if 101 does in reality. Kuspe. That name just... I'm not gonna lie, I have ran money and XP mods on this game, but right now I don't. I've done it before with this profile to bring it up to my hourly. That, like, basically just trying to restructure a profile again. Not really trying to hide anything, it's just like if you played, got a decent, like, you know, Steam Cloud file and things got corrupted. Like, there is no way I'm replaying 90 plus hours on one profile to try to make up all the ground that I want. Like, no. We're gonna lose the right lane, aren't we? Yep. I saw it as... I always get this premonition for it. This is gonna be slow. Oh joy. Yep, they're down at like 44 miles an hour. Wait, is there a turn? Oh, there's a passing lane up here. My brain's like, I don't see a cross street. This music is way too dramatic for what I'm doing. Yeah, but that's what made this job fun, so... Have fun with that box truck, I'm not giving you the right of way. Whole little kind of I would play multiplayer, but nobody, like, ironically, as many people as I see playing this game, they don't run with aesthetic mods. And if you can see just from the way the game looks, I've got an extensive amount of like internal cosmetic stuff and external, just like actual world related to the fog, the draw distance. And nobody runs it, so it's like I would end up having to host, and it would take most people a very long time to get in. Because I have custom textures for New Mexico, California, so like multiplayer, I like it. I don't like the fact that I literally have to remove every single mod that I have, and then the big one is like the mirror FOV. Like, this is realistic. The way these mirrors look on camera, like, and look in model, they look correct. They look right. But when I run in with base game, like, I've got a bunch of tweaks running. I've got realistic lighting, fog, rain, a lot of weather effects corrections, enhanced vegetation, FOV tweaks, lights, of course. Like, I think it's Cecil's got all those packs running as well, just for personalization. So every time I try to do a convoy, it ends up like I sit there for 4 hours playing the game and nobody joins. So some part of my soul right now, after listening to this, wants to listen to something stupid like Infinite Annihilator, but and I really don't care. Like, I'd rather some of the bands that I listen to claim this stuff and get money from it. I don't mind. I would really honestly, like, if I could get, if I could see a certain area of the East Coast that I would love to actually drive in game, would be certain parts of North Carolina, Western Virginia, and West Virginia, because there's like State Route 33 that goes from, it runs east out of Columbus, Ohio, all the way like Mount Crawford, and it runs out to I think the eastern shore in Virginia. But there's a whole series up there near like Brandywine, Elkins, I think it's Franklin, West Virginia, where it's just a bunch of 10-12% grades. It's some of the most extreme conditions. Like, it's very stressful on trucks, engines, and drivetrain because of the insanity of those grades. And I would love to play that in game. Like, people talk about the Dragon's Tail. Well, West Virginia has its own. Especially when you come out of Harrisonburg and it's a drop 9% grade that just does this little down the mountain. it does that. It does 9% all the way down into hey, what's going on? Oh, now you're finally getting off. This guy signaled about 5 minutes ago, and my brain was thinking he was going to pull off, but there was a cross street there. What's up, Dylan? Yeah, this is one of the worst places to get out of cab camera because there can be an abrupt turn just off of your navigation screen. Do we have a speed drop coming up here? No, there's no township. I thought there was. That was my bad. Probably should get back over to the right lane, but I don't think there's going to be enough room for it. California Highway Patrol doesn't use Crown Vics. They're all Ford Explorer. They're all the EcoBoost Ford Explorers. Nah. Yeah. Oh, some of these. I don't know. I'll do this for the last 30 minutes. Stop putting me in reverse! I heard that. Yeah, I think it's gonna stay pretty much straight all the way up to receiver. This looks ridiculous. Oh my god, I keep forgetting how ridiculous this looks when I don't have an actual outrigger or a flatbed behind me. Yeah, I really don't know why the engine sounds for trucks in this game are so garbage. Like this is the DD15 for the Cascadia that I'm running right now, and it sounds just literal worlds better. Even if I have to hear that whining, clicking, and the camphor noise from the DD12, I'd rather hear a DD15 than hear whatever engine sounds they're using for this game, because they are bad. Yeah, here's other custom stuff, like custom companies. I haven't done all the restaurants or things like that, but that's another one of those things that I mod, is just stuff that's intellectual property that SCS can't have in the game, technically. I think we're going to lose the right lane again. I don't think I'm going to be able to get back over to the right lane until I get up to road speed. I don't even know if I can right now. They're really slow. Is there... Yeah. I don't think there's a scale going northbound. I think it's southbound. I'm gonna regret this in a minute. Yeah, a lot of that fluttering I'm doing with my brakes is just to simulate what I would be doing with a retarder in real life anyways. Oh, that was close. What was that? Oh. Yeah, I'll respond to that after I get off here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off after this. I'm really hungry all of a sudden. We're almost there. Oh, it's all good. Whoop. Let myself roll into the oncoming lane. I really like running up this way. I haven't ran here in real life because I was always going up 5. We're coming into a township. Almost done. It's kind of realistic, but I've seen that on 95, US 95, I think, near Topaz Lake. Or Lake Topaz, whatever you'd like to call it. Be grateful you don't have to see the pop-in for textures. Oh, this is pretty. I still do not know how he does that on an inhale. You can already hear his normal stuff. It's like, because I can't do an inhale without hurting myself. So mad respect to him. I like this little passage coming up. It's pretty nice. That's definitely a Dean passage. That is not a, like, it's too classy to be Toby. And Jared sounds really nice in there too, actually. Yeah, that's definitely a Dean kind of. It's not a solo, but it sounds like his writing. I don't know, Jared has some better than sex moments on this album, so I can't complain really. I see you, Buzz. Please don't. I can see your signal, boy. I shouldn't be using my air horn like this, but... that whine sounds nice. Like, hearing actual turbo whine versus... I don't even... How do you describe the sound in this game unmodded? It's just, it's bad. It's bad. Like, even in this flyover view, I can hear that turbo sound sounds true. There's just something I couldn't get away from with the in-game engine audio. Like, there was no turbo sound, which is omnipresent in any modern truck. Well, I mean, they're in all trucks besides the point, but, like, it sounded wrong. Like, there was the guttural lean-in of the lower-end torque coming in at the wrong time. Because you get that big, like, balled-up kind of, whine from the intercooler and the turbo spooling up as the truck's accelerating off the line, and then the rumble will kind of flood in behind that turbo as the truck picks up speed. But it never does that in the vanilla sound of the game, and it's just, I don't know how to describe it, it's just bad. Oh, that makes me think of another place that would be fun to drive. It's on the East Coast, is Watkins Glen. It's very reminiscent of, you know, Oregon and Western Washington State. But even colder, with less snow. Oh, thank goodness it's almost over. That poppin'. Is everything going to be a red light here? I guess so. Everybody loves Peterbilts, but it's not that I dislike them inherently on their own merits. It's the drivers of said Peterbilts that get on my nerves. Plus, I don't like the brand worship that it gets because their fleet products are garbage. There's no two ways about it, and that's all I can say about them is that their fleet products are garbage. And you can flaunt all you want about the $250,000 to $300,000 you put into your 379 or 379X and how amazing it looks with all of its chrome hardware. I'm like, I don't care. If the PCB on the ECM module is dry rotting and cracking after 2 years, not multiple decades, your product is crap. So it doesn't matter if the customized Packard truck, like the Peterbilts and Kenworths look great and they run just fine. They're probably not using a Packard power plant. And they've had their electronics in the cab retooled, all their gauges retooled. But they're not going to tell you that. It's like, I'm running a C15 Cat, you know, a pre-Acer C15 Cat. I'm like, exactly. And you probably have had major work done to your wiring harnesses and everything else on your truck. So you're attributing drivetrain and transmission to the body? Glad that's over. It's the exact same car. Traffic has the right of way. It's gonna be a goofy ass entry. Oh yeah, it is, because it's got one of the automated gates. Sorry, folks.
You have arrived at your destination.
On the other side. How much you want to bet? I'm having a premonition here, but there's something blocking that corner. Yeah, I might have to do a couple pull-ups for this one. I can't tell how much of that is the, because I know I'm overhanging on the opposite side. Yeah, some of these turning spaces are so small that it's very disorienting, to say the least. And then again, I don't have the same kind of granularity that I do in real life, so there's kind of a loss in translation. Because this would be very simple in reality. It's still crooked. Oh, you know what? I need to stop being perfectionistic. The game doesn't expect it. Neither should I. That's actually good right there. Cool. Thank God.
One unheard message. What's this music about? I don't wanna hear like, oh, fuck all this beautifully played, or listen to this blast. No, fuck it. Bring back the fucking danger in the music.
Where else am I gonna put this? Oh. Well, I guess that's my cue to get off of here. Hopefully you at least either learned something or enjoyed some of this. So, hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you later.